Well, Jeff, you get a couple of good wins last week and a couple of standout performances, but in your mind, against Concordia and Holy Names, who stood out to you?
Great question. Well, the good thing about that week is I was able to play everybody on the team that was healthy. So everyone got some exposure. We got a chance to get everybody on that floor. Everybody had that unique experience of knowing what it's like, which, that's an invaluable teaching tool. It's an invaluable thing because going to practice to the main court, it's a big step for a lot of people. Standout performances, I thought Alex Slot played a great match. We've been talking quite a bit about statistical analysis and whatnot with the game, which, it doesn't tell everything, but there's definitely some truths that come from it. And so he hit, I think, 470 with a big amount of sets, which was nice. The next night out, we had a lot of guys step up and play some great games. I mean, we got a chance to put Malahi on the court, which just see how his knee's doing. I thought Gert went out there and set a really good game. He's been working on some fundamental things, getting his feet to his ball or to the ball so that he's setting in a tall position, which he's come a long way with and he's bought into, and it's starting to pervade his performance, and it was really nice to see. Um, Standout performances, I just give a shout out to the team where we've really been focused on making some strides from the service line of, not just hitting your serve per se, but learning to control, learning to buy in, learning to let it loose, if you will, where we got a lot of guys with some pretty good arms that will take one or two serves to get it up to this tempo that causes some disrupt on the other side of the net, where it's like, well, listen, I mean, what happens if you only get one shot at it? Are you going to go 30? You're going to go 50? Well, why don't we get to the mentality that you're back there, turn it loose. Let's just go for the 90. Because it's my contention and my belief that if you can train yourself to just be crisp and to buy into going for it, you're going to make less mistakes. Or even better, well, actually, not even better, I should say that you're going to make less mistakes. You're still going to make some mistakes, but they're physical mistakes, which I'm perfectly fine with. If you go back and you miss a serve because you defaulted to a 30% serve, that's a mental mistake. We got to limit those. And if you're serving, say, 18 errors, but you have 7 aces to couple to it, that means your ace to error ratio is acceptable. And that doesn't even speak to the balls that got in that weren't an ace or weren't an error. Those are a bunch of balls that I guarantee you they're not going to pass consistently well, which means that's a 2-pass scenario, pin to pin, and we can set up a good block and defense. So, long story short, the whole team has been with an agenda of we want to serve a little bit tougher. So, against Holy Names, for sure, that was an agenda item, and they responded. And so we've been adamant, and we're not letting them off the hook in practice. Say, no, 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 no. Yeah, you got the point, but it wasn't to what we're looking for. So go back and do it again. And I think the guys are starting to buy into what's happening with that one aspect of the game.
You talk about the service line. What other areas do you need to see this team improve in, especially now that this week the approach changes because now you're playing two top six teams on the road?
Well, we need to, not only with the service line, put some more pressure on the opposing team, we need to make sure blocking wise we're getting across the net far better than we have been. Well, um, to me, there's a few guys that penetrate exceptionally well on the team. We need more people to do it, especially at the pins, so we're closing off more angles. We're going to be, like you said, facing some higher ranked teams, which means that there's some more talented guys against what we need to do who are going to have bigger fans, bigger ranges, which means that the further you penetrate, the more you shut off those angles. So if we can serve tough, if we can set up a good block and defense, I think we're consistently a good defending team. And then coupled to that is a desire to want to go for speed at the pins, run a fast offense, getting guys to get up on time. And we've been seeing some good changes, some positive changes in the practice gym in regards to that, of guys knowing what the tempo is based on where the setter's standing, and then getting that trust and just going.